comment, like,
share, and subscribe.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Spicy, tasty vegan cuisine. Yeah.
And they could do it for themselves rather than to just come to our place. And so many people now are actually making this drink.
Okay.
And we have up to 25 different things in that drink. But if you have just 10 and boil it, it will heal you.
Wow.
Once again, we're talking about getting rid of inflammation. If you get the inflammation out of your body, then you won't have any disease. You won't have any illness.
Okay.
It's inflammation. And inflammation comes to us by the food we eat. And one of the things we wanted to point out is the type of food that is better for our body. We call it alkaline, as opposed to that food that is not so good, and we call that acid or acidic. And some of the things that are for our bodies that are alkalines are our vegetables, our fruits, our grains, our legumes. These are things that you find readily here in the Gambia. And once again, we have to focus and look in terms of what is here. And there has been a disconnect there. Now, in terms of the acidic food, these are the foods that are acid to your body. And that would be the starches. I call them the 5 white bandits. They're part of that. Your white sugar, your white rice, your white bread, your white noodles or pasta, and also your white table salt. Now, we could go individually into all of those and how they create problems for your body. But suffice it to say, or just very simply saying, those things are not that good for your body. They're acid, as well as meat. And there are some people that have an idea that you can get a lot of protein when you eat meat.
Also, it's very important that there's some people who don't like to cook, and we can understand that.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would be nice to have a place where people can call in and pick up the food, because that's the way we did when we were children. We didn't eat in restaurants because it's important that you learn to eat from home.
Yeah.
We need to have our own food. For instance, like my spices and herbs, I make a poof, as I call it, with a combination of 25 different spices and herbs. I travel with that.
Wow.
So when I prepare my food and I have my wok still with me, and I just prepare, in any hotel I'm in, I can prepare my food. I don't have to eat anyone else's food. And it also keeps me from gaining unnecessary weight because I don't know what they use in their food, their oils. I only use coconut oil. I don't use the vegetable oil.
Wow.
So we have to educate ourselves.
Yes.
You know, we need, if you have an illness, like my husband had a sickness several months ago. And I asked him, did he want to go to the doctor? He said no. We got on the computer, we Googled it, and it pinpointed exactly the things that we needed to do, along with what I do. And then after 3 weeks, we went into the clinic just for the vital signs. And they said everything was fine. He just had a urinary tract infection.
Yeah.
And they took the antibiotics because he drank gallons of water. And water is very important.
Okay.
Because our blood is really water. So you can do without food for several days, but you cannot go without water. So yes, that's important.
Wow. You know, there's great news. You know, what I'm seeing here, Doc, is that everything falls back to the education, sensitization, and opening. Okay? Sensitization and, you know, education.
Yes.
And that is where I want to actually stress on now.
Yes.
Because we've had calls that have come in advocating for, you creating workshops, conferences, you know, meeting the school kids, or even, getting a space into the school curriculum, wherein you can be able to input much more as a session in the classrooms with the kids, which are much more fragile than even the elders, you know, growing from that level, that platform. So now, what are your plans in that environment actually? What are your plans? I'm sorry. Sorry. What are your plans actually? Go ahead, please.
Well,
Yeah.
at this point, we are continuing to give out information, lectures, workshops, GTH, what is it, Gambian Hospitality
Oh, yeah,
Tourism
the
Institute.
GTHI.
Yeah, and what we ultimately would like to do is to see the Gambia where it is self-sufficient. We are also open to doing workshops and lectures to other countries, all 15 of the Western countries that are part of ECOWAS, of course. But also looking in terms of using energy in a very efficient manner. So we may have to put on more videos and put those out with certain topics, just like we can do in our book. Because there's only two of us, and until we open things up, you know, we're basically the foot soldiers and training the people and doing everything else.
Yes, I'm not cutting you, doctor. I wanted to ask you about that because even when you're talking of the healing house, like, do you have extra hands that helps you very much
Yes,
to
for
do
training.
all the things and all that
Yes,
kind of thing?
we do. We train staff.
Okay.
And they, yes, they're the ones that help put maybe a 9-course or 10-course meal together.
Okay.
And it's a little foreign for some of the Gambians. You know, we're training right now the 20-year-olds, 20 up to 25.
Okay.
And they've never had to do as much chopping.
Yeah.
Because we use a lot of greens in our salads,
Okay.
in our soups, and with the beans. We just put in spices. That's what I do because it's medicine.
Wow.
And I think what's going to happen, we've been doing this nearly 4 years with Mr. Pui. We are looking at probably having a restaurant
Yeah.
so that people can call in
Yeah.
and say they want the food,
The
and
food.
we'll prepare
Exactly.
it for them.
Yeah.
Because we train quite a bit, up to 25 young people, they may want to apply,
Yeah.
and then we can hire them, and they would be the ones
Okay.
to do the footwork.
Okay. That-
And with our foundation, and people see what we're doing,
Yeah.
people can donate
Mhm.
so that everybody can support us. That's the only way we can do it.
Exactly, because I just wanted to ask, how are you going to look at looking at the wide outreach impartation? Because in as much as you're talking about restaurants where people can know that adequately there's a food like this, that
Yes.
I can be able to maintain my health system, there have to be an awareness creation.
Yes.
All right, and before that will happen is where when you'll be saying, like, we've done like 1 or 2 conferences, workshops, and you're getting me doing school impartations and all that kind of thing, and then people are getting aware that we have something like this, and because I'm telling you for free, a lot of people will be looking at calling for the health clinic. All right, that you're creating, and now you're backing it up with a food, to like continue the pace of your health system, your medication, so that they don't flout out, off the path and then go back again to the old you're getting me. So there have to be this. What I'm seeing here is that there's a whole lot of sensitization, educational trend that needs to take place, because mind you, I'm saying mind you because why? You started in the Gambia, but you have to go to the
Yes.
the Africa it's
Yes,
all.
This is our base.
Africans, yes.
You're very good. This is your base,
Yes.
and then you have to spread out your
And we are,
wings.
and we are jealous of it.
You're jealous. No, but
Yeah, it is important for us. We do have to branch out, because we were thinking about it for next year after this pandemic is
Yeah.
over, and I have to go through all the testing because we don't want to go through that. And I feel that while we're here, we may as well do all we can. And it needs a community, because coming from the San Francisco Bay Area, Berkeley, the American Jews, they have been the one that's inspirational plant-based back to our communities.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we're in business to go out of business, because this is something that you present to people, so when they come and eat this food, they will leave out of their the restaurant knowing that going home, you have to get rid of all those other things.
Exactly.
And that's the way we do it. This is what I've been watching over the last 20 years with the way the European Jewish do it
Yeah, exactly.
in America.
I'm sorry, I don't know whether Mr. Puyu actually enlightened you about the program time of this program. Is 1 hour 25 minutes, and we give 5 minutes for other programs preparation, but it's 1 hour 25 minutes that we do. We are almost coming to the end of the program, but we still have some time, and which is I want us to actually work on this issue of the outreach. Okay, what you planning? Because the restaurant you're talking about is very, very much appropriate. The foods are appropriate. The healing home is appropriate, but there have to be a thorough education, a thorough sensitization, because a lot of people are actually blind to this. They are actually in the dark, and they need to know that this and so is happening. Especially in the wise, we're trying to like put back in at the back of us a crisis that was unexpected. All right, and because of this pandemic, a lot of people who have even been going to the hospital using all these toxic medicines and everything, medications and all that, now are declining and like reverting to the natural. You're talking of herbal treatment, you're talking of herbal food and that kind of thing. And they have to know much more. Remember the first caller that called was saying that he is in the provinces. But and that is exactly his pattern of living now. He grows his own products, his own foods, and eat them. And people, that is what Africa needs to know now. That we don't need to be importing.
No.
Because all those foods are very, very questioning. So we need to grow our own crops here.
It's toxic.
Exactly. So with the message that you guys are having and passing it across, making them to see the reality of how severe and critical this issue is, that it is serious and it's a reality, then we need thorough education and sensitization.
So this is why this SENN FM is our radio, and we always have programs here every Thursday. So Anna Marie, as part of the sensitization, this radio also will help us. Right? Every week, whenever we have program, we talk about the health home at Koluli. We talk about the vegan ideas in this radio. We talk about the two great couples and what they are doing in this country, and coupled with what they are also doing in schools and other conferences that they are attending, I think we will reach to where we want to reach, right? And then I'm also saying that this might not also be the last show that we have in this radio, because this program is our program, myself and Anna Marie, and we always have it every Thursday by this time. That is the voice of ECOWAS. So I think it fits in trying to sensitize the people so that they will know exactly what we are doing.
Well, I'm thankful that Anna Marie has her book.
I know that.
So if we do come on, she can pick out things that she feels we should talk about. And that's why I apologize, because the book is entitled, it's called The Food Bible by many, many people.
Exactly.
And it's considered a masterpiece. It took us 27 months to write this book with no TV and no doorbell, because of the seriousness of our people that just need to be informed.
Of course, Doc, we are coming very close to the end of the program now. Because of time, because I was going to look at that you will be invited again in another session where we will be able to elaborate much more on the book. Because I wanted to talk about the book, at least things that surrounds the book. But because of there's so much you guys have to give out. You're packaged. You are so compact inside. I'm loaded, overloaded. In fact, and you know, there's so much to bring out, and so like that we cannot exhaust it in one program, just in 1 hour. You getting me? And so that is the reason why you guys will have to come back, and then we'll talk about the book in another session, and also look into other areas that also needs to go. But I still stress on this issue of impacting in a mass, you know, communication way. I mean, doing conferences and workshops and sessions.
And using the media
exactly,
like this to get it
exactly, yeah, to get it out.
And
yeah.
make sure that you go through the book.
Of
And
course.
then,
The book is the
No,
book-
I'm gonna.
and
I
then
read
and
it
then
this
and then
morning.
come up with your tips.
Of course, I'm gonna do it.
I
And
read
don't forget the
book.
music.
I'm not gonna forget. That's exactly why I'm saying that, because you guys are overloaded.
Yes, we are.
How many containers?
We need help.
No, wait. How many containers did you come with in your bodies?
So
Thousands
much.
of them.
Well, we are one. We are actually, all of us are ancestor all by ourselves.
Mr. Sayu,
Yeah.
how many? I mean, how much? That we don't want United States dollars there. You. Is it euro yen or
Yeah.
Japanese yen or whatever? Did you charge these people? Because these guys are not coming with just 40-foot container here. They're coming with like, you're talking of 1,000-feet container
I will
loaded
call
with
it-
things,
I will
stuff,
call it-
ideas in there.
I will call it a treasure. They came here with a big
I'm telling
treasure.
you, big treasure.
Yeah, for Africa.
But Mr. Pui, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how far you have reached out with these guys in terms of meeting people they should meet in the Gambia, in terms of partnership and you know, to be able to like support, give their own backbone support into what you're doing, you know, to bring out much more, because this is very, 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 you know, enterprising, very, very important. You getting me? At a point in time like this, because we are trying to readjust ourselves as Africans.
Yes.
You see? So I don't know, Mr.
Anyway, we have done a lot and we are still on it. Number one, they are part and parcel of the TRAHAS. They have already been registered.
Okay, that's
And
great.
the TRAHAS is an umbrella organization for all those that deal with these herbs.
Wow.
Okay, that's number one. They also have organized a very good vegan, safe international vegan,
Okay.
which we also
Yes.
wrote letters to most of these ministers, you know. But you know the bureaucracy,
Yeah.
you know, people are only after their own interests, you know, and they have also been brainwashed on this, you know, Western education. So, but nevertheless, I have gone to the NANA office that
Okay.
deals with the food and nutrition
All
when
right.
we were having this festival.
All right.
But still, we have other areas that we can reach, you know, as far as the State House, as far as other interested
Exactly.
areas.
Absolutely.
But we always know at the back of our mind that, you know, the most people that matters is the grassroots. Is the grassroots.
Yes.
And as far as we are concerned, we are pushing our tentacles to get them. Now, she said already that they have trained up to 25, right? And all those people come from those background homes.
Exactly.
And they are trying to spread the gospel, I will call it. They are spreading
Yes.
the knowledge so that it can reach many people.
Yes.
So, but as far as I'm concerned, as far as they are concerned, the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
As far as the Gambia is concerned, as far as West Africa is concerned, as far as the whole Africa is concerned.
Yeah.
I
So,
agree.
Doc, can you just give us some final statements, because we'll be right here back again, so that Mama Stu can say our final statement before Mr. Pui will bring the program to a close.
Well, like you
Oh,
said.
sorry,
Oh.
Doc, you don't want to
Oh,
say
you
anything?
can say.
You're giving your final statement.
Final
We're going now.
Okay, well,
You don't want to go?
No, I would like to give it to the number one. If you read our book, you'll also see chapter 5,
Okay.
most men are slow. There's a reason for that.
Okay.
It takes about 50 years before the average man begins to mature.
Wow.
And there are a lot of physiological differences that are outstanding.
Wow.
And these are some things that the Europeans have once again
Mhm.
cut off that information.
Wow.
That is why we have the challenges with our relationships
Mhm.
with men and women.
Yeah.
And we like to bring that information out too, along with forgiveness, which is chapter 4.
Exactly. That's
So
great.
my final statement is, I'm just blessed, I'm thankful for your hearts opening up, for your hands embracing us so that we can help others. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. And Mama, yes, can you just say briefly your
Oh, yes, I just wanted to just share with the world that this is the time for us to become more plant-based and wise and love one another.
Okay.
It's important.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pui.
Anyway, what I have to say is that this will go to the Gambian, the administrative heads of this country, so that they look into their own legislative, so that at least we reconsider the number of years that are given for naturalizing individuals that are in this country, especially those that have interest in this country. Because it was just yesterday that I have seen the diaspora people here, including Matthew and others. I saw them. They had an association, and they are going through the Gambian administrative officers to look into the clauses that they have put into the naturalization laws of this country, so that it will be able to motivate so many great people like these couples to be able to stay in the Gambia as they want. That is the last thing that I will say, and we will pursue it to make sure that great people like these guys, who are Africans themselves, who are Gambians themselves, they shouldn't have much problem in trying to naturalize in this country.
I have one thing I want to say.
Okay, Mama.
Mr. Pui looks excellent. When I met him 3 years ago, he was in a little bit of a different challenge.
I think
And
I'm
today,
observing that too.
He looks fantastic. So he's an example of what we're doing.
No, wait.
Thank you.
Are you sure I should applaud that, or I should add but yes to that? You know, I'm jealous.
You
I want
This man is
okay,
younger.
how do I look then?
Huh?
We have to visit the house. We have to visit the house,
Yeah,
Anna
of course,
Marie,
of
please.
course. I'm going.
And
No,
you
no, I'm
welcome,
coming there.
and you welcome
No,
to
I'm coming there.
Queens.
There's a lot we have to do.
Exactly.
So that is the reason why I'm saying that I am jealous. Please don't even go inside. All right?
Okay.
Because you are on. Okay. No problem. All right. So listeners, if you have been following us, right here, and this program, right from our media platforms, Facebook, and all around platforms, and you listening on the ground live and onto our broadcast. This is SENN FM 90.5. I'm broadcasting every week, Thursday, same time, 12 noon. Right, remember, the Voice of ECOWAS covers the 15 member states of the ECOWAS region, making the ECOWAS Commission and Secretariat, and will look into issues that are affecting the governments, the citizens, and the ECOWAS itself, challenges, and how all of us can be able to put our ideas together on board and on deck, and then move Africa forward. Till we come your way again next week. Okay, this is how we bring the program cutting to a close for today, and say that Mama and Dr. Joe will be here again to speak to you. And if you have taken the numbers, Mama, please briefly give the numbers again, and then we close from there.
We have one, which is 220-347-7430. Again, 347-7430.
And mine is, the 0.
Okay.
Yes, so
That's
you can
great.
call that for appointments, and it's better to call the 347-7437.
Okay.
37 is better, and call for appointments. The other places that have the concoction.
And that's Mustafa Jameh plus 220-340-6247. And the other number
Is Nana?
is Nina
Nina.
Da Costa.
Da Costa. And her number is plus 220-787-0810.
Please comment, like,
Share and subscribe.
follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Spicy, tasty vegan cuisine. Yeah. Please comment, like,
Share and subscribe.
follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Spicy, tasty vegan cuisine. Yeah.